Today in the shop, we've got a 2015 Chevy Tahoe. And yes, for the enthusiasts in the audience here, it does have the Cadillac Escalade taillight conversion done to it. And so really the procedure we're going to do applies to the Escalades as well as Suburbans, Tahoes, etc. But we're going to go ahead and replace the liftgate actuator and the strut support. So if you look at the unit on the left side, or the driver's side of the vehicle, we can see that it's got wires, and this is actually an actuator. And so we're going to remove the wiring here. We're going to pull some of this trim panel back to get at the connector, and we're going to replace this. This is the actuator, so when you hit the button, it's going to make the tailgate go up and down. And that one over there is just a gas charge shock, if you will. No electronics involved with that as well. So we're going to replace them both out as a pair here. Then we're going to do a relearn procedure afterwards. Some people have success with just plugging it in and it works, but the right way to do it is to relearn the positions here. Then we're going to use a scan tool at the end to show you exactly how to do that. So let's start out by replacing just the shock or the support rod at this point. So over on the passenger side, we've got this support rod. I'm kind of zoomed in on the clip on the bottom here. Now you probably noticed from my opening piece, I've got a jack stand supporting this, so the whole unit's not going to fall down on my head and maybe do further damage at this point. So right now I'm just going to take a flat blade screwdriver and lift this little clip. You can see very easily it came off there. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the top. So if you got that bottom one loose, I'm going to take my screwdriver and kind of poke it in here as well. And I'm going to release the clip, which will help the support rod pop off. It's kind of a little ball and socket type setup here. So I can set this off to the side. Simply grab my new one, which already has the pieces in it. Clip it in place. The slide down here. There's a little bit of adjustment on here, so I'm going to thread it down, lengthen it, get it so it lines up perfectly. Once I've got it aligned, it should pop right in place. Just like that, we've got it clipped on. Now over on the driver's side, it'll be very similar here. And maybe first off, I want to go in here and release this electrical connector, or kind of pull this grommet down. So there's a couple plastic clips here. Then the electrical connector's up in here. So now I'm going to take a trim tool or even my flat blade screwdriver and my fingers to kind of work along and get this pulled out. Pull it down. And that's going to give me access to the electrical connector right here. Simply unplug it. I can feed it through the grommet here, or at least the bottom here. Get this popped off. There's a little more tension on this side than there was on the other one, again, because this is really the actuator. All right, so now we can take our old unit, we'll set it off to the side. And now with the new unit, I'm going to just start on the top here, get it clipped into place. Very easy to lock that in. Lift my wiring up through the openings here. Make my electrical connection. Now we'll go back through and clip this in place. We're going to put our rubber grommet back into place, so we've got a nice weather seal there. We don't want any more of that dust and dirt or any water getting in there. Now I can go to the bottom section here. Now this is a little further apart, so I'm going to go back to my jack stand and raise the lift gate a little bit. I can simply pop that on. The clip's locked in place there. There, so now we've got the actuator and the support strut in place. Yes, I still have to go and tie up a few other things, finish clipping that in place. But now I'm going to slowly remove my support jack here. So we're going to close it, and then we'll start the relearn procedure with a scan tool. Okay, so even though we've completed the installation, everything seems to work properly, we're still going to use the scan tool here as a best practice, and we're going to do a configuration reset on the liftgate control module, and then we're going to do a garage height calibration in which we're going to set various stops on this particular liftgate so that different houses have different garage door heights, and we don't want somebody to pull through and rip the door off, so there is a setting for that. So I've got the scan tool plugged in on the vehicle here. I've gone ahead and entered in the vehicle information, as you can see on the screen here. And now I've scrolled through and I'm going to select liftgate module. Now we've got a couple different functions in here. And so we're going to do liftgate maximum open position learn. So it says the vehicle must not be moving during the test, park the vehicle on a flat surface, transmission in park or neutral, switch must be in the max position, unlock all doors, close the liftgate, ensure that there's sufficient space behind and above the vehicle to open the liftgate. We're going all conditions here. So now I will select continue. So here it says verifying, please wait. Caution, liftgate will be opening. By selecting yes, you may not be able to hear it, but the liftgate is opened. And we see the scan tool said learn in process. Now caution, liftgate will be closing. Now the door is going down. Now it's going to say lock and unlock doors to complete process. So I will use the door lock, you lock, then unlock. And now it says module setup is successful. So we can exit out and then we can do our garage height calibration procedure. All right, now that we're done with the control module configuration here, we're going to do the garage height calibration. So it tells us to ensure that the rotary switch on the overhead console is set to 3/4. You can see right now it's set at max, so I'm going to move it to the 3/4 position here. Now we're going to press the liftgate handle switch and allow the liftgate to power open. Now at the back of the vehicle, please excuse all the dust and dirt here, we're going to press the switch and allow the liftgate to power open, but then we're also going to stop the movement at the desired height by pressing any of the buttons here. So I've gone ahead and stopped it, and this is now the taillights were actually flashing at that same time, indicating it's the learn position. Now I can press and hold the liftgate close switch for at least 3 seconds. The taillight should flash again, telling us that this has learned that position. So I'm going to press 1, 2, 3. We can see the taillights flash to confirm our selection. Now I will close the liftgate. And just like that, we've done the complete relearn procedure there. I'm going to, just for fun, attempt it again. I'll raise it, and sure enough, it stopped exactly where we had taught it to. So I can close it again. And we're all set. Hopefully now you have a great understanding of what it takes to replace the liftgate actuator, which is on the driver's side of a Tahoe, Escalade, Suburban, and the support strut, which is on the passenger side of the same vehicle.